Hello, hello. Derpathon 2 continues, and now it's something quote-unquote a block I'd like to call JP's and Kodo's morning cartoons. And we start off with VIII, Lacrimosa of Dana. Well, this is an 8-numbered entry in the long-running East series by Nihon Falcon. It's a JRPG, you could say, and an action sense more. If you've heard of a series called Legend of Heroes, then that's kind of like a sister series by the same company. It's more a turn-based thing, but we're not playing that today. We're playing Ease. We're gonna be doing all story bosses. Any percent of this game is like 10 minutes long. This is gonna be a little bit longer, as you can see from the estimate, but I wonder, are you expecting this game to be played normally, or will we do some shenanigans? Only one way to find out. And that is to start the run. We have a difficulty modes here, multiple ones in fact. We're gonna choose easy, because easy is fastest and easy, quote unquote. And we're just gonna start the timer after choosing it. So 3, 2, 1, let's roll. We start with the series' usual main character, Adol Kristen, a swordsman and adventurer, on board of Lombardia ship doing some work on his way to his next adventure. You're pretty much just getting the meet a lot of the people you're gonna be seeing throughout the game. The one there was Laxia, you're gonna be seeing a little bit of him. There was Hummel, you're not gonna see a lot of him. Dog is also stable in the East series. Sadly, we're not gonna see too much of him either. Also, the movement is gonna be fast-paced. Normally when you can't attack when you're playing as Adol, your fastest way to move is usually just doing this jump and dodge spam. So you're gonna be seeing me do a lot of it in towns and other places where you really can't attack. But the meme is that when Adol is on a boat, nothing ever goes smoothly. And like in minute into the run, we get attacked by a tentacle. And this gives you the combat tutorial. You have your basic attacks, you can evade, and if you time your evade at the proper time, you get a flash move, which slows everything down and except you. It speeds you up, and you deal a lot more damage. And I don't think you can get damaged during a flash move. There is also another move, which is a flash guard. It gives you like a mini crits for a little bit, and you are also invulnerable to damage. We have to dodge this guy 3 times? Okay, 2 I guess. Now we just wail on him. Lower left corner you can see the health bar, but underneath it is that blue bar that's also growing. That's the stun meter. When you hit an enemy enough times, it'll get stunned like this, so you can get some free damage, and they usually take a little bit more damage as well. But yeah, that's pretty much the intro down. We get shipwrecked. We lose our sword, we have found a new sword here, and we get introduced to a new mechanic, which is skills. Well, technically a new mechanic for this run here today, but you can use skill points to use skills, which are powerful attacks usually. We're not gonna be seeing too many different ones, we're gonna be seeing a couple used constantly because reasons. And I'm actually gonna equip the Sonic Slide immediately. The way you gain SP is by attacking, and if you wait a little bit before attacking, you can see Adol getting the blue... getting surrounded by a blue thing, a circle. And if you hit after getting surrounded by that, you gain a lot more SP. And also this game works with party mechanics, so Laxia from the ship joins us, and we have a funny little vacation with not just alone, but with a friend. We enter the Calm Inlet, which pretty much works as the hub area for the game. We're gonna have to hit some trigger spots to make the story go forward. We've been playing pretty nicely so far, but not too much. We're gonna break the game in half. Just a warning if you're not prepared. But also, new movement for Adol. When you can attack, you can actually do an attack and cancel it with a roll, which allows you to keep your momentum and go faster a little bit. Okay. And here we're doing a little bit of a... Okay. A little bit of a skip. You're supposed to... Adol, you're not supposed to do a downward thrust. You're supposed to... Adol, you're not supposed to do a downward thrust. Come on. We talked about this. I have never had this much issues. There we go. Easy, first try. I completely lost control of what I was talking about, but anyway. Moving on to a first boss where you can see the name of this game. We have Laxia with the skill called Dagger Sling, and we're gonna be spamming that. And you can see a lot of numbers coming up from 3 daggers, which is just saying that we got something called a damage glitch. When you spam attacks enough, I'm not sure on how it works properly, but with some spammy attacks, you can do a lot more damage. It just keeps piling up stupidly, and it wipes out everything. And that's our main technique to get rid of most bosses. Laxia has the Dagger Sling, which is very good for it. But we also get something for Adol later on, and that's gonna be like most of our boss skills are gonna be done with Adol. At least like after half point of the game. Just moving forward a little bit. Getting a third character, you can have 3 on the field at the same time. They have their own attack types as well, which you're supposed to care about, but because we have damage glitch, we don't really care about anything other than just creating big numbers, or actually a lot of numbers. Quantity beats quality. We have Sahad here. Say hi to Sahad. You're not gonna see too much of him. Sadly, he has nice pants. And then we're not supposed to be able to do this, but because this is a finished product, we can just spam jump, swap, jump, spam to get over that little place. You're supposed to have climbing gloves to use the vines to climb, but why would you do that? When you can use the intended mechanics to clear it. Welcome to Smooth Jams. I really enjoy this song. I think this was also in the demo of this game, but we're just going through here. We want to trigger an event where we meet a person before going out back to the hub spot we visited earlier. Normally I think almost after everything you want to visit the hub to get all the chat and some stuff done there. Here we go. Continent. We want to trigger that specially because we want to see that character here. And also that person had no chair to sit on. Why? Did they forget to implement it? Or is something going weird? Fishing! JRPG. You throw your bait, you pull rod, you mash, you get fish. That's it, huh? Yeah, I don't like this run either. He's not feeling it today. Then we're supposed to interact with 3 of these things, and also there's a doctor here, or a gear guard, or whatever. We'll talk to him as well. Normally you're not supposed to see gear guard here just yet, I think. But he's here. And all the hotspots again. Oh, I took that. After clearing some story stuff, we're gonna continue our smooth jam journey and get to the next boss. Hi, it's Turtle. We go behind it, we hope it doesn't turn. Thank you, Turtle. You did exactly what I did not want you to do. Well, amount of numbers is huge, so this Turtle doesn't understand math. Get beaten by arithmetics. And we're good. Continue. Most of these places have like 2 bosses, and that's like a mid boss, you could almost say. It's still counted as a proper boss. But yeah, we're halfway through. We're gonna pick up Spiral Manual, because in this game you learn skills by eating books. And that's how you do literature. My morning brain can't say words. And also where, instead of going back and climbing and doing dev-intended things, we do dev-intended skipping. By just, once again, jump, switch, spamming characters against the wall, and it'll just allow us to gain a nice amount of height. If you think, are there other ways to gain height? Yes, there is. And normally here you're not allowed to continue until you do a raid mission, but we don't want to do it, so we just go over an invisible wall, go past the trigger, but that would stop us from going forward, and voila. We are actually further away into the place that we're supposed to be. And then we just move on our merry way to the next boss. We took the book and we want to learn this because this is Adol's damage glitch machine, Tornado Sword. Also, I am going to save here because reasons. Meet Clarion. This is a beautiful little creature. It's a pretty cute one as well. And yeah, we start spamming right away. You can see the numbers piling up. I wish you would have a little bit more damage. Okay. It's starting a second phase, but we're going behind him. Then we're doing some menu input changes and... oh god. Oh god. Oh no. And we want to jump over this invisible wall here. We want to skip the fight. Okay, there we go. With this party, we have the hover like where we, swap character and attack at the same time, then swap back to the first character. So first up, we gain height from Adol's attack, and then use Sahad to get even more height, and then swap back to Adol, which is still thinking that you're jumping and gaining height, so it'll do the air attack instead of doing the downward thrust we saw a couple of times in the earlier, because normally when you jump and you're falling down, you do the downward thrust, which doesn't give you any height, it removes it. So yeah, you can get infinite height with that. It's a little bit tricky, but and it's a rhythmic trick, so yeah. But now we have something called a boss state. When you are in a boss state and you enter an area that will have like a predetermined fight or a boss, it'll just instantly trigger that because it's thinking like, yeah, I'm supposed to fight this thing. And we're gonna break the game in half right now. Okay, whew, good. We're gonna trigger a lot of things at the same time. We're gonna trigger cutscenes, we're gonna defeat that fight, which is like, okay, you're going forward, we're gonna walk here. And we're gonna trigger a ton of different cutscenes that would happen during your time here on your Calm Inlet. We're looking for specifically one cutscene that will trigger the next, trigger like an event we have to do. It will take us to the past because this game actually runs like two storylines. One is in the past where we're playing as Dana, the titular Dana. This one. And the other one is the adult party in the current day. We want to enter here because can you see the level of Dana right now? It's 43. Very good English. People in the past were a lot stronger than people in the future, or current day, whatever. What could that possibly mean? We will find it out in this episode. But yeah, we're just figuring out how Dana works here. Dana has multiple forms instead of other party members, so it's just a very Single-minded party. But that also has something else that's powerful. And that's if you just change your attack and jump button to be the same, or attack and swap button to be the same, and then you're in air, you can mash that one button that swaps and attacks, and you can just gain height. Very easy. You could say it's yssi. But yeah, we skipped that fight. We're now also in boss state, and we're not in a place where we're supposed to be, but we are. Yay. But this is still the past. We're now just going through that Dana section in a very weird way. We're triggering like this boss fight, we had to trigger it because of the boss state we got from the skipping the previous one. Oh. Good dino. And that also has like this light Dana I'm using it. It's fast, and the best movement for her is pretty much just doing rhythmic dodges. But her basic attack is also very good for damage glitch. Plus she has that super thrust, whatever. It has probably a better name than super thrust, but we're gonna go with super thrust because it sounds awesome. But yeah, we killed the dino twice. Shadows are not the only things that die twice. Yeah, after that, we don't have the boss state anymore. We lost it to that thing. But we don't need it. We're just gonna move around a little bit. Enjoy the scenery. The game might look a little bit crusty, but that's mostly because for the damage glitch to work the best way possible, you want high FPS, and I'm trying to run this game at a constant 200 FPS, which I believe to be the maximum for this game. So, yeah. I'm gonna save here, and we did save as Adol in front of Doggy. We're gonna load that save and continue here for a little bit. We're gonna do a raid mission now. I think this is the one the Parrot wants you to do, which we skipped earlier, but raid missions are wave-based like combat zones where you have to kill everyone as fast as possible, and also you have to protect the town, which has its own health bar. There's a gate the enemies can just gang up on and destroy, and if it gets destroyed, it's game over, start all over again. There are also these like baits and whatnot, and you can improve the health of these and amount of these and different traps and whatnot. We're not gonna do too many of these. There's like 2 raids we do, and then there's also like a little bit different concept of a hunt. Hunts are basically that we are on the offensive and we want to destroy the enemy instead of us protecting our base. So yeah. Sahari is very good. You can see the numbers being blue here. I think I mentioned earlier, the characters have different attack types. When you have multiple party members, they have their specializing, where they're specialized. Like Adol is a slasher, Sahad is blunt, and Laxia is piercing. And they're strong and weak against enemies and whatnot. But for 99% of the time, you don't really care during this run. It's more about casual play and higher difficulties where you might care about it. Also, damage glitch works on higher difficulties, so if you want to mitigate that, you'll lock your FPS lower. But even that doesn't fully help you out of it. You're still gonna experience it, it might not be as strong. But it's still there, looming, lurking. Ah, don't go down. Thank you. And yeah, during these you actually gain constant SP, which is very nice. And depending how good you're doing, you're gaining more and more. There's like the bar on top of the screen that's telling you how good you are doing. And also your friends here, they can help you. And Doggy right there is very useful because it's just a huge AoE which deals a lot of damage. Insert me in here. And we're gonna finish off. Can you come down? Thank you. Also enjoy the OST, hopefully it's audible well, so. A lot of bangers. A lot of good stuff. We finished the raid. As the raid is closing, we're actually loading the save we did previously. And for whatever reason, it's trying to end the raid here and it just triggers a cutscene there. We're doing a lot of different things here. Basically, we went back and forth between Dana Party and Adult Party. So past and current day. But we end up in the past again. And this time, we're at an opportune moment to get to the future. So we're gonna bring these, quote-unquote these, quote-unquote Dana from the past to the future. We have to trigger a few events for that to be possible. Here is a cutscene you want to trigger. Here we want to enter, I think this... Now that we're entering here... I think we're going to the current day now. Because we're seeing the current day party, but immediately after the cutscene they just disappear. So I think we are now at the current day, but there are still some issues that we need to do a little bit extra to be able to play the game normally. I think one of the issues with this route was that you couldn't use teleports that this party touches for whatever reason. But yeah, we're getting boss state here. Bye! And continuing forward. And thank you. Okay, that should be enough. And that's enough. Oh! No, that was not enough. I don't think I've ever fell down there. I went over and had to fumble about, but not too big of a deal. Just do that. And we're still moving forward quite rapidly. But we have the boss state, and the next room is actually set to be a fight against this monkey guy, who's supposed to give you, like, good skills when you beat him. But Adol is level 12, and that's like 50 or something, so we can't do anything about it. We get killed, and Adol is dead. And we're back to Dana Party. Yay. I think that interaction does something that helps us to be able to play normally after we bring these girls to the future. But yeah, this is an area you're supposed to enter a lot later in the game, but here we are. A little bit of button swapping. We want to swap to A there, because the way these muddy waters work here is that if you jump and swap during this, you can actually gain height without having the attack there. We're gonna use that a little bit later, but this game has a lot of ways to gain height. And when you enter the next room, you're starting on top of the water. You want to gain as much height as possible. But yeah, we're in the future. We can use teleports, so everything should be fine. We are now in the current day. We have replaced the adult party with 3 girls now. And by doing that, we also lost our ability to double jump. We lost our ability to mash hover. Instead, we have like a different version of the adult party hover we did with Sahad and Adol when we began the game, pretty much. But it's a lot more forgiving. With Adol and Sahad, you fail once, you're going down. There's no recovery from that. With this, you can recover easily. So things come faster and a lot easier when you bring this party here. Therefore, a very good speedrun. Very good for the speedrun. We're just doing some normal story-related stuff. We're building like a watchtower, and we're supposed to look around for some things. Trigger hotspots to be able to do that. But we're also grabbing a couple of teleporting blue stones. Like blue stones, as you've seen me like going back and forth between places, the blue stones allow you to teleport to them once you touch them. So they're like mini checkpoints. We want to grab this one, for example, because we need it later, and we're close to it now, so... okay. There we go. We grab that, and then we continue the watchtower building. For a couple of hotspots we have to go click. Well, some trigger preventing us to go up there now. We're gonna say no to it and just poof. That tree has to be examined. Why are we building this watchtower if we're just skipping everything? The second raid I was speaking about, that's a very difficult one, and you need to improve your town's defenses to make through it. And if you don't do the watchtower quest, you can't improve your like stuff. You improve your town, barricades, whatnot. So we have to do this in order to survive. And also, there was a cutscene trigger that would give us an extra character, Hummel. We want to skip it, we don't need him, he's useless. At least in this category. And now, we're gonna talk to this captain person, watchtower construction. Build the thing, we built the thing. And now we're gonna start just moving down some bosses. Story bosses to be precise. Before we enter the next area we want to go for, we are gonna grab a couple of teleporting stones to be able to come back to these later. But we're now close to these, so might as well. And we're gonna enjoy one of my favorite songs of the game soon as well. But yeah, this is like a lot newer route, and I've used to do like a couple of routes of this game, so... In the older one, you would like use the Adol Sahad jump hover to go over that door. And that's just oof. That was a time to be alive. But yeah, enjoy. Illusion Dance, I think, is the name. And yep, we're gonna grab this, get back here, and now we can enter this area. Story-wise, I'm not sure how far. I think it's like a little bit past halfway point. You're supposed to destroy the thing that attacked the Lombardia ship using only its tentacles, but we're gonna see the entirety of that thing soon. For now, we're just hopefully not getting sucked in by some vortexes, or whatever you call those things over there. sucky waterfalls. I don't know. It is something. But yeah, this game has underwater mechanics, so if we stand too long underwater, we quote-unquote drown, which just takes us to the like last spot we were standing on. That's not drowning. Also, boss door. We want to change away from the hover setup, so we can actually attack and meet this guy. And like I earlier said, Dana's basic attack and the super thrust is very good for damage glitch. Bye, little thing. I'm waving here because you can't see definitely without my camera. Yeah. Get rid of that. Open the chest. Hermit Scale. This allows us to breathe underwater indefinitely. We're gonna equip it. And get back to the beginning. And I'm gonna swap already for the hover setup. Because we're gonna be flying. Arise Osik Kasam. That's how you say this name. Place's name. Yeah, there's a door that's locked. And you're supposed to do something to open it. You can just fly over the wall and hit the door behind it and just hit the transform or transport trigger and get past that door. Walls, roofs, and the game pretty much itself is just you don't have to do anything. They're just like guidelines. But yeah. After going to that area, we're actually gonna meet the tentacle thing. Oh god, I am an idiot. Not yet. And it's gonna scream, and we can dodge, swap, attack, swap, spam to get rid of a very long knockdown. And we want to see exactly this attack. We want to stun this guy and then damage glitch him to oblivion. Oh yay. Okay, another one please. Another one. Oh, it's actually playing nice. Let's go. And I hit the big point. And now we want to get the damage glitch. Otherwise we have to do that tentacle hoping again. We are not gonna get as good pattern as that. I can guarantee. So I'm gonna hit a couple of times extra hoping the damage glitch sinks in. And we're gonna use a super attack. We have that yellow bar. Or like the lower right corner where we have all the skills. It can also fill in yellow, and once it's filled in yellow, you can do the super attack. And it can also do damage glitch, which is nice. And we're gonna get rid of this guy's health bar, and poof. We should be saved, but we're not. We're still playing this game. The game is expecting us to go back into the past to do the Dana section we actually did after the weird glitching beforehand, but this time for properly. We're gonna do just that, but before, we're gonna grab boss mode. Because the thing I said that it starts the fights that are predetermined when you enter a place. But it also skips some extra shenanigans. We saw that we were walking through the fog when we entered this area. We're not doing that again. Because boss state actually skips a lot of that. Oh, okay. But yeah, now we're actually killing this thing. Amazing, right? Flash move there. The thing I don't think I mentioned about damage glitch is that it's limb, like, if you do it like on this guy's, this foot, you manage to get it on this one. It works only on this one. It's not like limb dependent or however you would put it. So if I went to and attack the monster's ass after that, it would not have worked. And now you actually might have seen Adol there. Our party got a little bit mixed after that section. The game definitely doesn't know what we're doing. So our hover also changed a little bit because Adol is in a different position. Or changed the party position, so now I have to change my button setup for the hover a little bit, but we can still do everything, and everything's fine. We might have lost one Dana, but that's okay. That's okay. We're still good. And now that we have Adol, actually, the past Dana doesn't gain experience here. Which means that at some point, even though early on I was like, wow, look at those levels. They're gonna be under-leveled. But Adol gains experience. And soon he'll become the monster killer I promised him to be. But I'm gonna get those Saurian scales there for safety. I'm gonna use them to build my, or enforce my town a little bit extra for the harder raid. But yeah, next boss in line. Flash move, thank you. Now we can just boom. So yeah, damage glitch is extremely powerful. Oh, actually, Lightning does gain experience. I always thought she doesn't. Oh yeah, you learn something new every day. Double jump. You have to equip it instead of the underwater thing. And you can do double jump now. But yeah, adventure gear, normally you're supposed to be able to hold only one at a time. But with adventuring and opening, or eating books, sorry, you can increase the amount you can have on at like one time. But we're not gonna do any of that, we're just gonna go with the one open slot and that's it. But yeah, finally we can play the game because we can double jump, right? Oh, every single game almost needs a double jump. Thank you. Mostly just avoiding everything and flying when possible. This is a nice little vacation, right? And then we reach a boss which can be quite annoying if they want to be. It's a stone Dargon. Oh no. And he tries to blow us over the edge. We're not having none of that. We're trying to damage glitch the orb next to him. I think we're doing good. Nice, nice. And then we're gonna finally hit him and damage. And we want to damage glitch and kill this guy first cycle. Because if he gets up, you have to destroy the orb again, and that's the annoying thing. But luckily, damage glitch worked properly, and we just get rid of that. Also, I'm asking seriously, what is a island vacation without pirate mystery? It's definitely not this game. We're gonna go and see a little pirate ship. This also contains some story bosses we need to get rid of, or a story boss rather. But since we're here, we're gonna grab a teleport. We enter a slam jungle. I think we should have entered this area way earlier, but better late than never. But yeah, this is just, we enter here just to get that teleporting stone. And then we go back to our business of revealing who's a pirate. Yeah. Look at all these dinosaurs. It's a dinosaur! We're just gonna admire them. This Jurassic Park is not my cup of tea today. Maybe some other day, but not today. I'm more into pirates. And yeah, we're gonna dev-intendedly skip through this section and enter the cave that's definitely inside this mountain from here. We'll see. This is the fire exit. And also we're supposed to go through a lot of hurdle and enter a boat. That's definitely there. You can see the boat to the right. Yeah, there it is. I'm gonna do a stupid safety save. It's definitely there. I mean, what do you mean it's not there? It's there. It's definitely there. And we're looking for that. Those yellow balls of wonderfulness, which just gives us a door of the boat that we definitely saw. We're gonna get the teleport section there because we want to get boss mode. So we can actually start the fight properly. I think you're supposed to do some things on the ship to make the boss appear, but we don't do that. We just get the boss mode and get done with, get jiggy with it, you could say. Here's the boss. It's a pirate. Your average Blackbeard, whatever. Oh, we died. You are a pirate. Yeah. Next area. Valley of Kings. We're gonna spend a little bit in this section killing these vermi, maggoty, I don't know what these are. Because you learn skills when you attack something that's quote-unquote stronger than you. Oh my god. That's actually not good. And we want to get certain skill for adult. There we go. And now we're set for the rest of the game. Force Edge. Tornado Sword and Force Edge combo is Damage Glitch Dream. And we're good to go. And we clip through that. Because even floors are... they're just guidelines. What we're standing on is a floor, maybe. Or is it? Very fun though. These games usually have a mechanic where you can't kill undead enemies unless you're holding something that's allowing you to kill them. So we need that for a couple of the next bosses. Meet this guy. Oh. He gets damage glitched, and I think it's just better. It's sticking better on his sword hand than his shield hand, which kind of makes sense. So, yeah. That was a undead something. So, previously said, most of these places have 2 bosses, so halfway done. Okay. I want that chest, but right now, little finicky jumping. I'm gonna re-equip the Purifying Bell. Guess what? We're flying. I'm gonna go over this door trigger here. What does it do? It allows me to go further in here. What does this do? It allows us to pretty much skip the entire room and opening doors and whatnot. And then we have the most difficult puzzle. There is like a door that shows which direction these statues should look. The answer is left 3, right once, left 3, right once, both twice, and then skip. These puzzles are extremely brain thinky. And difficult. They hurt your head. There we go. Warrior Wrist, we're gonna get some stuff to add all so we can equip him with some gear. Going forward, after some events, we cannot equip at all with anything. Because the game goes insane. So we're gonna have to do this now, if we want to do it. Or probably a little bit later, it's fine as well, but I'm gonna do it now. I'm used to it. Here's a boss. Normally you're supposed to kill minions first and then enter this area, but we can just fly over an invisible wall to get here and then start beating the boss. Ah, I should have dodged that. This guy's hands get struck with damage glitch a lot easier than the rest of his body, so I am hoping to get this attack and dodge it. I guess not today. Okay, good. And then just deal the finishing blows. But if this guy gets on low HP, he'll just get out of a fighting ring and start shooting balls of purple, and being annoying and hard to hit and annoying and ugh. Oh God, what am I doing? That's actually not good. I am not sure. I am not taking any risks. If you're triggering stuff early, that might hurt you later. So I'm gonna have to redo this. You want to grab the teleporter and then get out. I haven't tried out what happens if you do that. Trigger that event there, if it's like doing something with the game. I may run this, but I have absolutely no idea what's happening under the under the hood. Okay. Oh no. Missing everything. And I might be screwed. Okay, please let me. Oh no. This is bad. We're gonna get the purple balls or purple annoying and ugh. Oh no, I don't have that. Apple, please save me. Apple saved me. Let's go. That was horrible. The first one was much better. Can we just keep that? Can we cut this? Ugh. And I'm pretty sure the cutscene isn't gonna do anything, so might have been a stupid extra time loss there, but like I said, I am not taking risks. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, it's very easy to soft lock yourself out of being able to finish the game, or that's how I constantly feel with the game. Well, yeah, we're going back to an earlier area. Now that we have Adol with Force Edge and Tornado Sword, he's pretty strong. Plus his levels are going up very nicely, and he has gear. So yippee-ki-yay. If you enjoy fishing, here's a big worm for you. Feel free to use it as a bait. Here's another big worm, wow. Here's another worm! Worm heaven. There's one more there. I don't go under. Rude. Very rude. But still, half a bar left of HP and the fight's not stopping. Oh, look at it, it's a big worm! We're gonna get big fish with this guy. Don't go underneath. Freaking worm. Friendship ended with big worm. Definitely. He did dirty. Yeah, that was halfway point we just entered from the wrong side of it. So, we're gonna continue for the next boss by going a little bit back and then moving just in a different direction. And since this is a very bug themed, you can take a guess what the next boss is gonna be. It's a Spooder! Bye bye, Spooder! Yay. During your time in the Isle of Seiren, which we're currently at, you're saving people from the shipwreck. And this is probably the second one we're saving. And this skill allows us to trade down items. We don't have money, we have trading. Because, well, we're in this kind of a situation, so that kind of makes sense. So, yeah, we're trading down some items so we can improve our city a little bit. And then we're doing this. Can you examine it? Thank you. Yeah, well. What did I forget? Oh yeah, I came here a little bit early. Yeah. We're not doing that just yet. We're coming here. Yeah. Had a brain fart there. I got some 6 hours of sleep after the X8 race yesterday, so forgive me if I do some brain farts like that. Anyway, we get back here. We took the teleport here before killing water monsters, so now that is put to good use. And we're gonna climb a mountain. Be sure to grab this teleport because you're gonna need it, and you definitely need it for speedy purposes. I'm gonna have a mountain trekking soundtrack. Okay. And yep, going uphill, sometimes it is faster to move using just jumps. Don't do double jumps, just use a single jump and rhythmically jump forward. There's also a mechanic where you can do this, but my current input setup is not heavily good for this. So I prefer to just do the basic jumps. But yeah, you can see it's pretty fast if you can rhythmically do it, but my dodge button and my skill button are the same. So it kinda makes it a little bit diffy. You can do it, but precision is too much for my sausage fingers. But yeah, it's very dependent on the slope and the angle. What is the fastest way of movement? So the tip is to know your mathematics. But yeah. Okay. We're gonna be at the top soon, but we're gonna climb down just a little bit. This area is also built so that it has 2 bosses. We're gonna skip the first one without even triggering the fight. So we're not gonna be in boss state after this. We want to kill this later to make some events happen after we have done other stuff. Yeah, I'm just moseying along, going down. Who needs camera to point where you're going and you can just look at the minimap? Some games I've definitely played just looking at the minimap instead of the game, for whatever reason. But yeah, normally if you fall down here, it's bad for you. But if you just position yourself... God dang it. Normally if you position yourself so that you're gonna fall on solid ground, then all good. But the game is like checking your positions, and if it thinks that you're going out of bounds or something, it just teleports you back wherever you was, and that can be a little bit buggy sometimes. I don't think that was necessarily super buggy, but there are occasions where when you can't even fall anywhere, it just game decides, okay, you fell. And meet this guy again. The game really loves this enemy. It's a beautiful dinosaur. And now we're opening a character and doing stuff, and now we're supposed to go here. There we go. Now this brings us a cutscene. We can build a bridge because we have friends. All the friends we made along the way, yada yada yada. And now we can climb this side of the mountain. I think you're getting orichalcum, like a mineral, to create weapons that allows the party to kill dinosaurs, but we've been dealing with dinosaurs before, so But I think you might need this for other purposes. I am not exactly sure. Either way, enjoy nice music and a little bit of a cozy jump through. And we enter Spooky cover. Has a different name, but it's spooky. Deal with it. And there's Orichalcum. And now, during the first raid, I discussed something about a hunt, and we're gonna do our only hunt. We're gonna be on the offensive. We have to set up these torches to be able to destroy these bee nest thingies which spawn monsters. And once we destroy the ball, boss is gonna appear and we have to defeat the boss. We want to be very fast here because we can skip one wave completely if we just kill the boss during the first wave. So I'm trying to haul ass, so I'm gonna concentrate a little bit. And here I wanna set this up and we're gonna use that swampy water to... Oh god. Oh god, that's very bad. That's very, very bad. Yeah, I think I might have missed the... Ah! I think I might have missed the... Come on! Not that difficult. There we go. Don't destroy the... I'm not sure if damage glitch is that useful against these guys though. Yeah, we're definitely missing the wave 1 kill, so we're gonna have to see the... that result screen twice. If you do it in raid like first wave, then you only see it once. And only once is faster than only twice. You're coming close to me, which is good. And if you're slow with this guy, he'll disappear and come back at a later point. We don't definitely want to see that. And we're not gonna see that because it's dead. But yeah. I messed up this one. So... My world needs me, or my planet, whatever. Everyone needs a piece of Adol. Bigger weapons, yippee-ki-yay. And now we enter this place, so... That was the cutscene I triggered earlier. I think it was too early. I'm not sure if it's bad or not. But this is the main reason why we're here. Triggering this cutscene opens us to the raid. But before that, we're definitely going to upgrade our stuff. So yeah, like I also tried to explain, there are multiple stuff you can upgrade. We mostly care about Barricade. What this does, it just increases the health by a huge amount. Normally you would go to level 5, I'm gonna go to level 6 just in case, because level 5 can be a bit iffy. And then I'm gonna save, because this is a brutal one. Your defenses are horrible. So if you mess up, you die. And if you die, it's from wave 1 again. But yeah, we're missing these dinosaurs. Before the Orichalcum weapons, you are not supposed to be able to kill these, so... That might actually be the case if we skip the Orichalcum altogether and come to this raid, if you could access it. I remember playing around and trying to find some skips, and I used boss trigger to enter a fight which had... I think it was these dinosaurs, but I just couldn't kill them because it was very early in the game, way before you had even access to the Orichalcum. Also, bees, please behave. That's not behaving. That's very much being naughty. Still? Oh. The big birds are very easy to damage glitch, but the more agile orange dinosaurs are not. So I tend to just do more force edging with them rather than going for a tornado spam. Also, welcome these guys, whatever these are. They're annoying because you can only hit their weak point when it's open. They get easily stunned, and when they're stunned, their weak point is visible for a good amount of time. There we go. Can you attack the thing that's open? Okay. Oh, we have company! Can you open up so I can get rid of you early? Open up! Open wide! Where are you going? Wait, wait! Don't you want to play with me? Oh! Okay. The good thing about spamming skills is also that at this rate it's definitely helpful that when you're spamming skills and you get hit, you take a lot less damage and you have some not quite hyper armor, but you are not knocked down as easily. So we can use that to our advantage for playing safe, as long as we have SP. Your auto SP gain in this raid is not the best. It's pretty much horrible. Behaving! Oh, it listened to me. It understands behaving. It has played Crash Bandicoot 2. Oh my god. I am taking... No, that... Okay, there we go. God dang it! Get back here. You saw your friend get killed against the game. You saw your friends get killed. Why are you joining them? Also, you got stuck there. If this was a difficult, like, fight where my gate was almost destroyed, that would have been very useful. But not yet. Okay. Thank you, doggy. That's very useful. Ah! Yeah. These guys are hurting a lot, so if I get hit, I want to be spamming skills, and if I run out of SP when I'm thinking I'm getting protected by skills, then yeah. I think they hurt like 400 or 500 per hit or something. We have 1,800 HP. Numbers are not our friends today. Because we can damage glitch these, so... Or we can, but it's... I think it takes a very long time. Plus, with a Force Edge, we can hit multiple targets. But yeah, I got hit during the Force Edge, so 160 nice. Which means... a quite chunk of damage, but definitely not a 400. Certified not a 400. As an engineer, I can tell you that. I am a certified flash mover. Okay, these are probably the last. Yeah, we're entering the final wave inside this wave. We're gonna use our extra here, because normally these guys are running and it's annoying. Plus this just gets rid of these quite handily. There we go. And these black, blue, purple color something dinosaurs are extremely dangerous. They have a breath attack that deals too much damage like that. Adel is almost dead, so I'm gonna play with Light Dana for a bit. And I am not liking this. I want you to have some HP, so I'm playing with Gradica for a little bit. Normally this isn't supposed to be the fiasco like this, but hey. Okay, the gate is getting a little bit weak, so I'm gonna have to spam with Adel now. Make sure the gate survives. If we survive this, then we should be good. Okay. But yeah, if I had level 5 gate, I think that would have been it. So safety was worth it. Final wave. And one thing about this is that we've been mostly skipping cutscenes. There are a couple of cutscenes you don't want to skip. Because it'll just... well, it'll mess up glitches you're setting up. Like here, if we skip the cutscene that happens after this boss fight, then... can you get damage glitch to Oblivion? Okay. Ooh. Thank God. But yeah, it's like... It might break what you're going for with your glitches and take you to a different position. And remove the effects of other glitches. Or shenanigans. So I am taking my left hand off the controller. And we're gonna watch the next cutscene speed up. We definitely killed that dinosaur, by the way. And now you're free to escape. And back to mowing down bosses again. We finished the raid nicely. So instead of taking the other way around, we grab the blue stone for the summit of this mountain and we get to deal with this thing. This is the worst thing ever. If you miss that, you're not gonna have fun time and it's gonna fly away and you have to wait for a minute or what feels like an eternity anyway, as it's flying above you and you can do nothing. But luckily I managed to get the flash move on the paw and got rid of that beastie fairly quickly. But yeah, last time we came up this way, now we're going down, down, down. But yeah, going down, just dashing is usually a good friend. Also, you can use downward thrust of Light Dana. It gives you a little bit of a beast speed as well. I've been playing too much Golem. But yeah. Too early. There we go. Also cool screen transitions when you're just doing that aerial attack stance. And also some lovely hype music. Make you feel like you're on a huge scale adventure. That was a bad pun for dinosaurs. I'm sorry. We enter this place. We get a cutscene. We want to get a boss stage now because the next boss we are attending will actually have a lengthy walking in the fog section before, and it will also remove your party members if you do that. But with boss stage, we can actually bring our friends along for the wonderful ride and skip the extra walking. So speed wins always. And remember Torterra before, this is Fire Torterra. So. And I managed to miss the flash move, no matter. We'll just do that. It works. But yeah. Definitely not the same thing we killed as Dana party before, no. It's red, it's completely different. After the fight though, we get some fog walking, not too long. And we get actually taken back to the past for a little bit. But the game still remembers that the Dana party is in the future, so we don't lose anyone. We have a painful decision to make. What is that decision? Play the game to find out. Yeah, some very basic, just moving along this section. And doing what the game wants you to do. No reason really to skip here anything. Okay. But at least some more inclusion dance. After this, we're pretty much actually reaching the quote-unquote end game. We have a wonderful little gauntlet. well, I'm not sure if you can really call it a gauntlet, but let's call it a gauntlet anyway. But it's not the end for our run. Just not quite yet. We see a tree here. Wow, wonderful. It's a tree. Wow. Wait, what? What did I forget? I must have forgotten something because that should have uh-oh. Oh no. This might be bad. Oh, the save is here as well. I am actually stumped. Yeah, I think this might be the end. We fought Torterra. I'm not sure. We might not be able to trigger everything, but I'm gonna show as much as I can. You might not be able to see every single boss, but can we even trigger this now? No, okay, we can't do even that. This is bad. This is very bad. I must have messed up something before. Because normally you're supposed to have a smoky section and that's gonna get removed and you can enter this area normally. But now, since I didn't get the smoky section, none of the triggers are happening. Do I have a save somewhere so we can at least show the run? But yeah, this is not a valid run anymore, sadly. That's time to stop. That's the end. But yeah, this game can be like this sometimes, so. Would this be it? Okay, we get this. Let's see if this is something we can salvage from. No. Yeah, we might go a bit overestimate or something because of this, but I try my best to go fast. Yeah, I'm not reading the chat, so somebody might be already pointing out what I forgot. No, but yeah, we're gonna see this section again. And hopefully we can continue normally. I can figure out. I'm trying to remember if something felt iffy or off. I don't think I triggered any weird cutscenes either. But yeah, like I also said, I am not super familiar on what happens on the back end, so I It's not the easiest thing to figure out on the fly what went wrong. But still. We're back here. We talk this. And then we go to the tree here. No. This. And there we go. That's what's supposed to happen. And now, when we do the... Oh, wait, what? Okay, that's weird. Okay, I need to swap these back because for some reason the party is in a different formation here. Yeah, we got a cutscene here. Yeah, now it works. And we enter the final quote-unquote gauntlet. You have 4 sections with some non-story related mini-bosses which we can just skip. You would enter those fighting star-shaped circles to do fighting, but we don't care. It would open doors which would allow the progress to these crystals, which take you to a wonderful little place, each with their own type, and then each with their own boss. Water-themed boss is gonna be a Hydra something. It's allowing us to beat it a little bit, then it submerges and it brings out the big fish. And our friends just like to go down the memory lane. And then it comes up. We tornado. Force edge. First one down. Easy peasy. Guess what? We're gonna fly and skip the next one as well. I know, surprising. Yeah, it's down there. So I don't mind if I do. Hey, welcome to Finland. Thank you for blocking my way. Thank you. I appreciate it. Meet Mr. Finland. Bye, Mr. Finland. Yeah, we're gonna fly again, so doing just that. Stopping the buttons, turning around. Wiggle waggle, wiggle waggle. The one nice thing about this is that you always know there's gonna be 4 cutscenes after each. So you can basically... I don't know why I haven't explained, but skipping the cutscenes is just pressing start and accept. So, yeah. Also, we're gonna enter this boss fight because when we enter it, we can fly here and the crystal is intact. I think if we just flew here, the crystal wouldn't be acceptable, or we couldn't access it or something. I'm not sure. Or is it just easier to do it that way? I've always done it like that, so can't really say. Oh yeah. Also, next up is Nestor, the most annoying of the 4. Because he can fly. And he will fly. And, even the water monster can submerge again, but he usually doesn't, so it's not an issue. But, no! Nah, there we go. Because it's fun when you can hit anything. You're gonna fly again? No, you don't. Nestor, please. It's a lucky break. I had this save. Definitely wasn't prepared to end it like that. But yeah. We're gonna go to the beginning because the last one is actually next to the beginning. Yay. And there's a nice little platforming thing you can do, but I'm sure no one is surprised by this point that we're not gonna do it. Oh. And meet this guy. 4 tornadoes, 4 sets. Bye bye! And now, normally you would do a couple of things and go to the final boss, but we have some story bosses we haven't beaten yet. We're gonna take boss mode for the next one. You're just gonna skip some thingies again. Good reason as always, right? There we go. And we're gonna touch a crystal, which takes us to a Dana section. And this one houses one of the bosses we want to do. We're playing as past Dana again, so mashing attack when you have the hover set up, then yeah, it's back. But this does not once again affect the current day, so we're good on that front. But yeah, we're gonna take care of this guy. And hopefully, oh yes, I like this. That's the best attack, I think, because it's you can easily flash move it, and then you can get the damage glitch quickly on it. The flip kick isn't the worst, but I don't like it that much, because if you flash move it, then you'll spend a little bit time too high in the air where you can just normally attack him. No, I don't want to touch the crystal again. But yep, that was a nice little side quest. Guess what? We're taking boss mode. We're gonna enter the most annoying boss fight of like previous routes. Dr. Weissman. I actually don't have the... What? Oh. I shouldn't have probably... okay, let's see... Wait. What is the current save? Autosave. We should have multiple autosaves. Okay, I'm not sure if this has the mode or not, but for whatever reason I missed the... Okay, that's we're just gonna buy... But yeah, normally when you enter this place, pretty much in the first few minutes of the game, you're supposed to grab the teleport stone. Oh, there's an instance of buggy game thinks you're falling. But yeah, you want this. I'm gonna save here, just in case. But yeah, meet Dino again. And this is not why we're here. We're gonna trigger an event which allows us to skip another boss on this place. So first we have to hope Adol kills the boss. Yes, it did. And now we have to zoom. Zoom for your life. We want to hit a specific trigger here, which is kind of far away. And you can barely make it. But yeah, the captain's dying. Yada yada yada. If you get a cutscene. Yeah, we made it. And now we're at a different like position here, so... We enter this. We have Avo, or the Dino. It gets killed immediately because it's like level 5. Yeah, we killed it. We get Sahad again, except not. And here's Gear Guard. Or maybe he was the dinosaur all along. The Jurassic Park is the beast inside you. And this guy is very annoying if you're not at the proper level, or like over leveled, because it doesn't like damage glitch. But we're doing a cleanup now to end the game. We actually have to kill our best friend. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, but we have to do this. 07. Have a silent moment for Clarion, the MVP of the run. F. Yeah. Then there was the one place we barely visited. We got the teleporter for Beast Hills South Camp. We're gonna enter this forest place, which also has a lot of swampy water, so you guessed it, we're gonna do some flying. But first, we kill this thing. It's a tree, and trees are bosses in this game. With Didi. And yeah, once again, it's kind of like a mid-boss, so we have a second one waiting at the end. Now, if I can, now, if I can you? Thank you. I think I might be mashing in a stupid manner, but yeah. Now we're in the swamp. Instead of just swapping the buttons and trying to fly over this thing like we did earlier with Dana, we're just gonna do that. Because we're lazy. And meat vacuum cleaner, also known as Hippo. He tries to suck you in sometimes, and after you defeat the tree, you're supposed to get these boots from a chest that allow you to walk on swamp. Swampy water, like it's not normal land, but we don't pick it up. Why would we? And now we have the Machamp. We might be going slightly over estimate. I think we are like a minute or two, not much more. Ah. Yeah. Bye bye. And next up is the final boss. But before we go there, we have to trigger a cutscene here. What's this overlook? And one last hover, for old time's sake. That's the final boss we're fighting, by the way. It's gonna be a 3-parter. We are gonna have to... We're gonna have to do a little bit different sections. Yeah. First up, we have the fluffy tentacles. These might tickle. But everything also hurts by this point, so you don't underestimate the damage you're taking. Okay, more tickly tentacles. Ah. And I'm gonna get the flash card here because flash move isn't as helpful here. You don't really tornado, you just force edge these. My timing is way off. And the game will always let you change your party members and use items. And I'm not sure if it allows you to swap equipment, but it gives you a pause screen here. But we are fighting Sims crystals now. We have 4 Sims, and depending on your preference, you can either force edge or force edge. You can even force edge them. Ow. Ow! Stop hitting me. We're gonna get a wonderful little attack, I guess. Ah! Okay. And now you're supposed to reveal me the big egg. Show me egg. Show me, yeah. There we go. We're gonna get some SP out of it. And then we're gonna tornado spam it. And force edge. And the final phase. This can either be simple, couple tornadoes and force edge, or it can be annoying because it decides to fly in the background and shoot balls at us. Please don't do the latter, that would be awful. No, it did not. It's trying to give us a chance. And there we go. Okay, there we go. You stun it once and then you damage glitch, do an extra skill. Pretty much. It's gonna go a couple of seconds overestimate. Damn, close. But yeah, we have a little epilogue here. You can talk to people here. You definitely met along the way, and you care for so much. Hey, look, it's Sahad. And time comes when we see the title of the game, and GG. Sad for that! I'm not happy about the fact that I couldn't finish the run legally, but at least we got to see the game. But yeah, this was VIII Lacrimosa Of Dana. Hopefully I managed to explain most of the things. But huge recommendation from me to play the series casually, and if you're into speedrunning, the community is wonderful, and I highly recommend checking out speedrunning. But yeah, you're not gonna see any more finished games from me because I'm gonna be playing some Prototroid next, and guess what? You're not gonna fly in it, but you're not gonna walk on solid ground either. What that means is gonna probably be explained after a short intermission, but yeah. Thank you for allowing to showcase this. This is a wonderful run.